let your will be done till the end, for I pray this prayer, believing and trusting in thy name. I welcome Pastor.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. I want to respond to a few questions that I might not go one by one. If I go one by one, that would be a very symptomatic approach to it. We lay down a principle, and probably all your answers you will find in the next two presentations that I will make. There's a question about undue familiarity, many cases of men heartbreaking ladies by being so close to them, yet not interested, and ending up dating someone else, trifling with one another's hearts, maintaining boundaries and emotional purity. Refer to emotional purity and affair of the heart. How to deal with consequences of coming from a broken relationship or family. Mental conviction and condemnation, whatever that means. Adam and Eve were the first parents. Where did they source the experience from? And should we use our own experience when parenting? Hawa ndio wale wanaulizanga eti kama watoto wa Adam wa kwanza ni Cain and Abel, na Mungu akasema Abel atakuwa Cain atakuwa vagabond, kamwekea mark mtu asikutane, mwenye atakutana na yeye, alafu hao watu wanakutana na yeye walikuwa wagani? Should we? No. Student-parent relationship. Is it right for students to stay long without going home to see their parents? That is over 1 year. What are the major effects of this? Should we date while in campus? No. How to know the relationship is right? As Adventists, should we celebrate Valentine's Day? Valentine is coming, eh? Where is your boyfriend? Campus dating, and is it good to date a man 10 years older than a lady? Is marrying young wrong? The best way to be in courtship. I'm making two quick presentations. If there's a question that will not be addressed there, you will let me know. Allow me make a very foundational statement that marriage must work. Marriage must do what? Must work. One, because God, the originator, is not a failure. The one that originated marriage is not a what? So there is no plan of God that can be thwarted. Never. It may seem to, it's tossed here and there, but it will never fail. Never. His purpose for founding this institution can never be thwarted. And 3, remember, there is no backup what? Plan. So it must work. You like it, you don't. But why has this same institution become a source of so much pain, so much misery and sorrow, with some dismissing it as something that is not workable? Why? The Lord does not add sorrow to his blessings. True or false? Which verse is that? Yeah, he had no sorrow to his blessings. So if marriage is a blessing to man, then what is all this sorrow we are going through in marriage? Why do some people quit even before they find a connection and meaning? Haven't you seen weddings that have been done after 3 months, they are thinking divorce? Yes. Some have lasted only 1 year and they have gone separate ways. Why is it some people quit even before they find connection and meaning in their marriage? Why have some people decided to redefine marriage and family just to see if it can work? And we have lots of redefinitions of marriage today, from same-sex marriages, that is a redefinition of marriage, and you'll find someone was hurt by a boyfriend and has found consolation with another girl. And today, the church is being coerced to accept gay marriages. You know, families are dynamic. We need to be sensitive to which sensitivity? Some people today have redefined marriage and family. And today we have baby mamas and baby daddies. And comfortably they will say, that's my baby daddy, that's my baby mama. So they will get married, they give birth to a child, and then the girl marries another man, the man marries another woman. And then when they go for Parents' Day for the child in their first marriage, they all come with their spouses. So the baby is called David, the mother is called Jacinta, the father is called Matthews. Matthews marries Susan, Jacinta marries who? Nipatizo majipita. So when David has a Parents' Day in school, Jacinta comes with the new husband, Matthews. And then David also comes with the new wife called who? Susan. And the child is so confused now. And mommy will say, this is your new daddy. And daddy will say, this is your new what? Mommy. And we will call each other baby mamas and baby daddies. And it is gaining acceptance very quickly today in society. Have you noticed? Yes. People can move from one affair to another, give birth to children, and keep referring to 10 men as their baby daddies. And it's normal in society today. And we must be sensitive to you who has a child with a man aged your father. We should be sensitive and we should tell you, oh, the cross is there. Yes, the cross is there, but you don't want anyone to mention it. So we are redefining marriages. We are redefining. Today I can see a woman can be 50-something and the man can be 30-something. True or false? Yeah. And even the man, did you know it is the man that continues a lineage? A woman doesn't continue a lineage. A lineage is built by a what? A man. So now when you go and you're married to a 53-year-old woman who's already menopause, why are you killing your father's lineage? Why? Why are you killing your father's lineage? Hata wewe uone umewekewa juju. And you're comfortable. And then you'll hear them on Facebook and other social media platforms. They say, if it makes him happy, that's okay. That guy is not happy. They have happiness for society, but deep inside, they're broken. And even some of us here are being kept by older women. Yeah. Naitwa Ben 10. Wako tu hapa ndani. Wako hapa ndani. Wamama wazee wameisha. Wamekuweka. Wamekuweka hapa Runda, Keleleshwa, Kilimani. Wamekuweka huko, wamekakununulia kagari mzuri, kakuwekea ka apartment, and she'll tell you, if I find you servicing another woman, I will kill you. So you are a very young boy, hardly 23. There's a woman that has kept you in some leafy suburb. You are servicing her. Unajua kitu inaitwa sex iko kwa kichwa. So na imagine you are servicing an older woman. Akili yako uko kwa hiyo kitu ama akili yako iko kwa akiwa huyu ni mimi ya ukweli. No, but for men it doesn't matter. Men, it doesn't matter. They have a saying in their world that hata maji chafu inazima moto. Ushaona ati maji ya matope imekataa kuzima moto? Men don't care. Why a marriage is not working? I'm here to let us know. And listen keenly. There is a marriage and family blueprint as given to us by the originator, by the creator, by the inventor of marriage. There is a blueprint for marriage and family as given to us by the originator himself. But there is equally a counterfeit blueprint as given to us by the father of this world, Satan. Those are two blueprints. The question I would like to ask you, are you conversant with these two blueprints so that we don't sit here arguing? We could be arguing, but all you know is the blueprint from Satan. And so we cannot agree because what I know is the blueprint from God. Are you conversant with these two blueprints? Not just marriage, even education. We have blueprints for education. We have two blueprints for education. There's classical education, which you and I have gone through, a blueprint of the devil. And there is what we call Christian education, which is a blueprint of God. It was killed by the church a long time ago. And until we go back to that original blueprint of education, we are not raising any children for eternity. We are adding up to the ranks of the devil. Until we go back to the original blueprint of education. And that is why you see this mess that we have today. Including health. There are only two blueprints. We have a blueprint from God, which today the world would call conventional medicine. And we have the world would call it conventional medicine, that is for the world. And for our blueprint, you have decided to label it alternative. So that is what you're calling it? Alternative medicine. It's alternative because the other one, the alternative. Let me tell you, the blueprints of God are super brands. They cannot be rivaled. So today when you stand here and start preaching about blueprints that God gave us, they will call you an extremist. They will call you a conspiracy theorist. Unanitafuta? O pesa? Hawajahesabu? Sawa tuchukua. Sitachukua. Chukua tu. Today you want to present the truth as it is. The church will throw you out. Of course, I know we have extremists. I know, I'm aware. But if you come back with the blueprints God gave us, that the church killed, You will not preach on any pulpit in this church. You will not. Hata hii yenu inaweza kuwa ya mwisho nasimama hapa. Lakini sisi hatujalingi, sisi tuna preach hata kwa street. Ministry has gone beyond pulpits. And until we look for those blueprints, I'm not lying to you. You will keep calling us here to speak to you, but until you go back to the original blueprints. I'm not asking anyone to quit their education, don't get me wrong. I'm only saying we had our blueprints. And until we get back there, we are lost forever. You can challenge me, and I'm not here to confuse you. I'm asking, are you conversant with the two blueprints of marriage? On which blueprint do you want your marriage to operate on? Which one? Much of what we have today, many families are operating on the blueprint of the devil. And that is why it's not working. So one of the reasons why marriage is not working is because we are operating on the devil's blueprint of marriage. It will never work. Never. And like I'm saying, chances are our marriages are not working because we have broken the original blueprint as given to us by God. And we have adopted a counterfeit blueprint given to us by the devil. We are in an institution that we must get, a situation that we must get out of. By all standards. It's pathetic. When someone is asking, how do you come out of, I've seen a question like that, how to deal with consequences of coming from a broken relationship or a broken family. Much of the bitterness people would want to looking for an English word, it will come. You know, someone is just so bitter about life, but you don't understand why. Is how they were raised. They have come from bitter homes, raised by a bitter parent, broken homes. They have seen it all. And some of you are seated here, bitter about life because of how you have been raised. It's not your problem, it's your mother's or fathers. There are people seated here, they are battling with the reality of who is my father. They're almost graduating. It gives them pain in the heart. The last time they asked, they were told, wacha kunisumbua, si unaenda shule, si unasoma, si ukaribu kugraduate, usinisumbue. Still looking for their father. They're trying to find identity, particularly for men. Women can get married anywhere, including China. But for men want to... Si hata Obama alikuja kutafuta kwao before akuwe president. Nyinyi mulikuwa how old Obama akirudi hapa Kenya? See, he came back. Aliulizwa, which are your roots? And he had to prove to the Americans that he also has roots and had to find his home back in Seattle. You're battling with the fact that your 5 siblings, your fathers are different. And your mother doesn't want to hear any question about that. Broken homes. The last time you tried to connect with your father, ulipigwa slap. Kaambia utaniambia kama ni amekulea. And people are bitter. We're in a situation that we must get out of, but we must get out right. It's a terrible one, but we must get out right. This is not about us looking for some quick fix. symptomatic approach to things. No. That is why I have a problem when you don't have a father and your mother wants to introduce a father figure. To do what? Kama yuko. A figure to do what? Kama yuko? Akuambie tu mimi kiliumana hivi. Mimi ndio niko. Sasa vile Mungu atutupeleka ni hivyo. Na ukae ukijua hakuna. You don't need interesting father figures out here who are unable to raise their own children. Now they are your father figure. But provided there is a man who wears pants, that is a father figure. Just accept. Ilienda hivi, hayuko, period. Ni sisi na mama yangu na Mungu. Atuelekeze. You also are battling with the issue of a father figure, and then you come to campus, impregnate a girl. You continue with the same cycle. You yourself, you're battling with identity. But you come to repeat the same mistake your father made. Then you run away. I'm talking to a young man here whose pants are loose. If you ever impregnate a girl, be man enough to become a father at that age. Be man what? Enough. And like I've always said, if you're not a man enough, please don't open the tap if you cannot pay the bill. Kama unaogopa kulipa maji ya kanjo, usifungue tap yako. Funge tu. Wewe kuwa thirsty. Lakini kama unataka kufungua, kuwa na pesa ya kulipa bill. Kuwa na pesa ya kulipa bill. Ikikufanyikia, sisemi eti hizi fanyika. If it ever happens to you, be a man enough, take responsibility, raise that child. You will struggle, but you never know. In the end, you will raise a beautiful family. Because a child now has a father and has what they call a mother. Never abandon. Lakini kama ni ngumu, unaona ni ngumu uko 21 na uwezi lea mtoto. Tafuta hata enda hako kwa watu wachomelea. Wakuchomelea hapo. Funge. Your child cannot go through what you've also gone through. It's giving you pain and unnecessary bitterness. And then you also impregnate a girl in campus and then you run away. The girl goes back home, gives birth, comes back to campus with the same child. Sasa analea mtoto na anaenda. Si ngumu kulea mtoto na kuenda shule. You see all this, my children, all this, almost all, I've raised them while I'm in campus. Of course, not your age. So I know what it means to be in class and also you have a child. I know. Natalie is our firstborn. Then there's a 7-year gap before we had Tish, when we realized we are getting late to have children. And I'd already quit other professions to come back for ministry. So when I'm coming back to do theology, we had Tish. So Mokoro has been born while I'm still doing theology. So I've had 2 children while I'm in campus doing 2 degrees at a go. And all of them first class honors. So there is no way you will tell me it's not difficult. Yeah. I've breastfed Tishi and I'm doing Greek pepper in the morning. Katikati ya usiku ananyonya naweka mtoto hivi ananyonya na kitabu pia A4 umeshika hivi. Akili yako inakuambia is now on it. Kitu lazima ingie tu by force because hakuna time ingine. So it's not difficult for those that have had children and you're still in campus. Isikue kisingizio ya wewe kufail. You can still manage a first class honors with that child. Not at your mother's, here in campus. Here in campus, sorry. You can still manage. There is an age 0 to 4. 0 to 4. The education God gave us starts from age 0. 0 to 4. The only thing a child needs is mother's love and care. Not grandmother's love. Not auntie's love. Mother's love and what? Care. 0 to what? To 4. But do you notice how the devil has corrupted us and has told us we can give birth after 3 months we go to work. And we leave a child in the care of a stranger for the rest of their lives. No love, no care. You leave in the morning to work, come back late in the evening. Hold your child 5 minutes, they are asleep. Leave early in the morning before you see them. And then we have raised children that do not know what it means to be loved and to be cared for. Because they were never loved, they were never cared for. That's why it's so strange for us to hug each other in the family. Very strange. Very strange for you to hug your father. Very strange for you to hug your mother. But the minute you land in campus from home, hey, Timo, vipi Timo ni hug. We nini bana? It's so easy, so easy. So easy to hug someone in campus than hug your siblings at where? At home. Why? Because you never experienced it within a home setup. That is why when you ask me, is it wrong to stay in school for 1 year? It is not wrong because you have no bond with those at home. You don't have it. What you have with people at home are blood ties. But in campus, you have life ties with people in campus. That's why you're comfortable being around people you're with morning till evening. But at home, the tie is not there. It's only blood. Families have no time. So unaenda kukutana na stranger. Unaenda kuambia funga ng'ombe, funga mbuzi, katia mboga chakula. There is no meaningful discussion. We have not bonded with our parents. We have not bonded with our siblings. We have not bonded with people at home. Tunaenda nyumbani kufanya nini? Kaa hata campus miaka 3. Yes. And I'm saying let us not repeat the same what? Mistake. Ukizaa hapa campus, kama mama yako anaweza kukurentia nyumba, beba mtoto wako. Beba mtoto. Soma naye. Let them enjoy your love and your care. Marafiki ni wengi hapa watakusaidia kubeba. Ukikuja church, wengi. Kwanza watu wa campus wanapenda watoto. Wengi sana. It's called mother's love and care. Anyone that tells you to separate with your child within those years is killing the bond between you and your child. And that is where the devil messed us up when he told us to leave our space at home as women to go and work in the office. And today we cannot raise godliness because the person in charge of raising godliness is chasing what? Money. I've always said I have no trouble with you going to school. Personally, I've gone to school. But if my education and career comes first before my children, then it's all wrong. You will lose your children. You see, your parents have the money. They now have the money. They have PhDs, but they cannot connect with you. In fact, they are crying. The parents that are crying today is, nimepoteza mtoto. Poteza mtoto LGBTQ, bangi, pombe. And he's asking, where did I go wrong? You were never there. You were busy chasing a PhD to compete with the world. Now you have the money. When I ask you now, bring the money, we salvage your child. It's not possible. That is why I say, I was talking about in the morning, multiplication and godliness under attack. When we have to leave our space, flattered that there is a higher sphere out there because we've acquired a paper that cannot put food on the table. Si mko na kizungu yote? Na mnakimbia na masufuria hapa kwa barabara. It's a scam.